Hi Gemini, welcome to your mid-April and slightly delayed full moon reading. So Gemini, when I first started this channel in mid-November, I really did not think it was going to take the direction that I've been heading in recently. This month, I feel like the readings have been rather spiritual in nature. So I feel as though the cards that I've been drawing and the conversation, the direction the conversation has been taking, has been less about the cards, less about tarot, and more about the evolution of your soul. Not just yours specifically, but our collective evolution. And these mid-month readings, since I started them 3 days ago, have been headed in that direction. So I completely understand if not everyone comes to view my videos for that purpose. But I have to honor what I feel. I have to go with what comes to me. And of course, I am greatly influenced by other leaders in this field. I am in no way, shape, or form a leader at all when it comes to tarot or astrology or enlightenment or anything like that. Just like you, I am on my own path towards enlightenment, and I use tarot as a tool to further develop my own psychical abilities, which I'm a total believer every one of us has within us. So yeah, when I bring you guys these readings, it's because I want to share my own growth with you, and I want to share whatever knowledge I have downloaded into me with you, because this knowledge doesn't just serve me. It's a bit meaningless when it just resides within me. There is a calling for me to just publish it for no specific reason other than just to get it out there, because it might help a few people understand things that they may have been questioning. And I do this without even the knowledge of what it is that I would be helping you understand. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I'm not a psychic at all. It's just words come out of my mouth and influence and touch a few people in ways that I can't even comprehend will happen. And maybe this is because I'm still young, I'm still trying to understand it, I'm still trying to grasp it myself. But I'm very much in tune with going with the flow. I'm very much in tune with whatever tomorrow is going to bring. I'm so forward thinking that way as an Aquarian, and I just have to honor it. So I'm influenced by people who give us readings that are rather more intuitive than they are necessarily channeled. For anyone who, no, I don't want to offend anyone. I don't want to offend anyone. But what I'm trying to say is that I'm less inclined to agree with people who will say that their readings necessarily come from a force that they were born with. I'd rather more believe people's readings that come from the heart and are more empathetic in nature, because that feels more real to me, that feels more human to me than anything else. So yeah, okay, I don't even know why I'm saying this. Gemini, I'm not gonna waste your time. Okay. Gemini, let's have a quick look at the cards that appeared in your monthly reading for April. Just as a recap, okay? Because we'll pay extra attention to these cards if they pop up again in your mid-month now. I'm using an entirely different deck, and I'm going to be using a Celtic cross, so that to me will serve as more of an affirmation that we ought to listen to these cards if they repeat themselves, okay? You don't want to see what I'm wearing under this. It's just going to perpetuate the idea that I'm a child. So, they are the Magician, the Tower, the Three of Wands, King of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, Justice, Seven of Swords, the Hermit, Nine of Wands in the reverse, Strength, also reversed, Four of Swords, the Six of Pentacles reversed, Page of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. So quite a few reversals, quite a lot of power that had been diminished. It has not been very easy for Gemini. So I'm just going to hold this up for a while just so you can take that mental snapshot if you want to take it, so you can compare with whatever cards we have that come up now for this mid-month. Okay. Something that came to me while I was meditating or channeling or whatever it is that you want to call it is that Gemini is very prone to psychical attacks at this time. What are psychical attacks? And, okay, I don't know, but we'll listen to this. That just slid out of the deck. Your central issue, the universe here. Okay. What are psychical attacks? And why are you being such a hypocrite, JJ, when you say things like, I'm less inclined to believe those who claim to be channeling some supernatural ability, and I'd much rather listen to those who are closer to humans, or what we are more inclined to believe, that empathetic, that intuitive feel to readings. I therefore do not ever call myself a psychic, because really, what is a psychic? Let me clarify. I don't want you to think that my beliefs that my beliefs clash that they somehow clash with things like the astral realm. No, I'm actually a believer of the astral realm. I'm a believer of parallel dimensions. Anyone who looks into physics, tries to understand and grasp the way physics reveals to us, will see that there is a relevance in looking at our universe and at our dimension in a broader way, in a way that doesn't just define our parameters as being limited by Earth's scope. That's just ridiculous. Just have a quick think as to how large our world is, our universe is, our galaxy is. We are nothing. We are specks in this massive galaxy. So, central issue is this universe here. This universe, this world card that talks about growing your horizons into more than just this 3D realm that Gemini lives out oh so well. You are relatively grounded for an air sign because you have the ability to slap the rest of us in the face so that we see aspects of reality that come so naturally to you that we struggle to otherwise understand. Like, you can do this in your own way, and you might not even be fully aware that you're doing it. It's just that other people can walk away with a sense of having understood something more after having a conversation with you or a talk with you or anything, and you could just be innocently spreading awareness this way. So just keep doing what you're doing. However, what I'm trying to say, back to the idea that the thought that came to me while I was meditating, is that you are open to psychical attacks at this time because A, you are innocent, B, you have no idea that you radiate knowledge to other people, that your work is groundbreaking. I don't know what industries my viewers are working in. I have no idea. I rarely ask this question, like, what do you do for a living? But some of you may be scientists, some of you may be social workers, bankers, governmental officials. It doesn't really matter. The point is that you can operate in a way that really influences the people that you are around, even without your knowledge. You don't have to be a politician in order to have a real say with what actually occurs. We are all co-creators, and you are included in that group of co-creators naturally. So you can be open to psychical attacks because you're just walking around this earth, giving out valuable information without even knowing that you're doing this. You're just being yourself. And people will take bits and pieces from what it is that you have to offer and walk away feeling more enlightened. And if they come to you and say, you know, you've really helped me a lot with whatever it is that you've said, whatever it is that you've been producing recently, content that you've been publishing, you might be at a great loss at this. You might be just thinking to yourself, I didn't really do this for you. I did this for me or my business or my company, and so I don't really understand why you're interested. Cool, it's great that I helped you. Awesome. And you walk away thinking, all right, well, you're happy. Obviously, you're happy when people benefit from you, but it's not necessarily your purpose to do that, right? So you receive certain astral attacks from different entities, let's just call them entities, possibly in dreams, possibly in even a daydreaming state, where if you are feeling a bit low and down, so let's say you're not necessarily vibrating at the most optimal level, you are more prone to depressive thoughts, and scenarios play out in your head where you portray not the best of things happening, let's just say. And that is how you get a psychical attack. And for those of you who tend to practice more spiritual things, tarot, astrology, divine work, let's just call it divine work, will receive psychical attacks more blatantly, whether it is in the middle of your sleep or during your work, or just feeling like people are watching you and not with the best of intentions, invisible beings lurking about, and you can't prove this. It's just a feeling that you might get. It's just this feeling like you're being watched, like you walk down a hallway and there's no one there with you, but you're afraid, and the next thing you want to do is you just want to zoom from one room to the next. And I know I sound crazy, but this is just what I'm picking up on. So I want you guys to kind of shield yourself, if at all possible, by doing your daily affirmations, by trying to keep positive, by burning incense, burning sage, whatever it is that makes you feel better. You're being crossed by this 8 of Pentacles. Your challenge is hard work. Your challenge here is to do the hard work, basically, that will help you evolve at a higher rate. You have the ability now, you have this potential. It's like a gateway portal that's being opened up for you to walk through in order to become more enlightened. You're being provided with this opportunity, whether it is that you are surrounded by a couple of good people who are watching your back, who want the best for you, and are giving you opportunities that you might not see are relevant towards your growth, but they are. Or whether or not you're being presented, let's say, with a new job, or the possibility to have a new friendship or a relationship. Pay extra attention to the people in your lives right now. Not all of them are wishing you well, but there are a few who are, and it's up to you to discern. It's up to you to really see the difference between the people we spend time with. This portal that's being opened up to you right now is earthly as much as it is otherly, not of this world, even though discs, pentacles, talks about earthly things. That's why I'm saying this portal is earthly, but at the same time has this otherworldly quality to it. Why? Because opportunities are being presented to you here and now, earthly opportunities, but these earthly opportunities will help you evolve in an otherworldly manner, where you can start to gain more knowledge and understanding of what it is that you are doing here, of why your work is so important, so groundbreaking. So you are being fed all kinds of power. This is the Four of Pentacles as well. So you're being surrounded by earthly opportunities right now. That's what's crowning you. That's also what's coming to you as a foundation. That's forming your new foundation. So you have the ability to be on top of your game. But at the very core of what's happening right now, it's like, how do I even explain it? It is so clear in my mind, Gemini, but I'm having difficulty finding the words that will allow you to grasp it. Because sometimes, you know what, I don't even feel the need to clarify things to myself. I just get these feelings. I know that they're to some degree correct and helpful. It's this inner knowing, and I don't feel the need to write it out all the time, because I'm at peace with this knowledge myself, even if I don't fully understand its significance. However, if I'm going to deliver such messages to you, then I need to find a way to do this, right? In a way that will help you understand. At the core of the issue, we're dealing with higher powers. Powers that are not within our reach. These are higher powers that for some signs are easier to attain. But for you, not necessarily. For Pisces and Scorpio and Aquarius and Sagittarius, it's a lot easier for these signs to understand, where they're just like, yeah, we live it. Some signs live it. Other signs truly feel it. Other signs actually know it. You are not one of those signs, though. You are one of those signs that you live out your life really well. So whereas those signs that know it, feel it, experience it in some odd way may have more of what it takes to get to these higher powers easily, they don't necessarily thrive as well as you do here in the now. You can thrive because you are rather detached. Not all of you, but some of you are rather detached from those distractions that are not of this world, that contain this other quality, higher powers that are spiritual, that are that are not malleable, that don't have form, that do not have form you can see, touch, and like analyze and take apart to make sense of, right? So that is at the core of the issue right now. This Eight of Pentacles is saying you need to work extra hard to understand them, but that right now this gateway is being opened to you in the here and in the now, in the form of tangible items and opportunities that you can see, hear, touch, and feel. You see what I'm trying to say now? That doesn't always happen. We are not always given that blessing, that opportunity to work in a job that will lead us to enlightenment, or meet a person who will teach us what enlightenment means, to be given a gift that will unlock perhaps certain blessings our way as well, if you like stones, crystals, gems, whatever it is, right? These things are being given to you right now in an attempt to help you unfold a higher version of yourself, to decrypt it. Yes, to decrypt it, because I realize that a lot of what I'm saying is extremely cryptic right now, even for me. It's just like, what the hell are you saying? And this is the problem with Aquarius. We know, but we don't know why we know. We just know. And it sometimes bothers us, but not more than it bothers the people around us, because everyone's just like, oh God, Aquarius, just yap, 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 yap. Think they're better than other people, don't feel the need to prove themselves. How irritating. Aquarius, you're annoying. Blah, blah, blah. But you seem to know what you're talking about. And the thing is that it doesn't make sense in the moment. It doesn't. It always makes sense afterwards, like months later, sometimes a couple of years later, where people will think back to what an Aquarius said and they'll be like, ah, he had a point, or she had a point. So, yeah, this is what I mean. I can be delivering cryptic news to you, but it will be decrypted in other ways, in other forms, in forms that I'm not giving you, but in forms that are coming to you, like work, people, situations, scenarios. Eight of Swords is being put behind you right now. This is the blockage that we are getting rid of. Consider this the psychical attacks that have been coming your way that don't make any sense, that are causing blocks. But realize, or not causing blocks, that they are coming to you because these bad entities, bad feelings, bad emotions that try to threaten you are forces that do not want you to evolve, that do not want you to gain any form of enlightenment. They start to attack you because they realize that you are being given gifts right now that will help you evolve. So they come to you to freak you out. When you are successfully put in a perpetual state of fear, you are brought down a level. That's where they want to keep you. When you are brought down at this level, you will be less likely to seek out activities that will help you evolve. This is being put behind us because you are being sent to situations and people who want to protect you. Coming up for you is wonderful. If you remain on this path, which is great, which, yeah, will take hard work, but your hard work it's going to show in the future. This Sun card foretells better times ahead, which is great. And it's being supported by the fact that you are being given the strength right now. This is how you come to the reading. You come to the reading with a boost of fire energy here that gives you the capacity to just go forward even more. It's great because if you have a look, maybe I should just lower the screen. Power and strength are at a parallel. For a lot of people, power is strength, and strength is having power. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your base cards here are very, very strong. Okay, in your environment is this Knight of Swords. So someone, perhaps, who comes in rather quickly to you, to your aid, who wants to help you, possibly an air sign. But they might be coming at you so fast that it can be rather intimidating, and you're not entirely sure whether or not you can trust this person, because even though you are a very quick sign and you can be very abrupt, this person somehow one-ups you that way. Okay. Fears. Hopes or fears? Knight of Wands. Okay. Interesting. You see, these two forces are very opposite to one another. They're not polar opposites, not very extreme opposites, but they are very different energies nonetheless. It's crucial for us to pay attention to court cards that pop up in a reading, especially with this deck of all decks, because we can gain insight into the differences of characters that come to us. The Knight of Swords is sharp, somewhat abrupt, not necessarily very tactful in the words that come out of their mouth, but they have the ability to really help you learn on a mental level what is going on. And they don't feel the need to dumb down their words or, fluff up anything or give you a cherry on top. Nothing. They just feed you with knowledge as it is. The Knight of Wands wants to justify, on the other hand, everything they say. So Knight of Swords doesn't feel the need to justify. Actually doesn't even care if you believe them or not. They just tell you stuff, and it's up to you what you decide to do with this knowledge. The Knight of Wands, on the other hand, wants to justify things. So the Knight of Wands will come to you and say, hey, you ought to trust me because don't I make you feel good? You ought to trust me because don't you see what kind of a leader I am? Just look at my life as an example, and you'll see that I am successful. And because I'm successful, if you listen to me, I can help you become successful too. They're quite the salesman. They're quite the charmer. And I'm not entirely sure, Gemini, whether or not you can always trust people of this quality. Now, this person is not necessarily in your environment right now. The Knight of Swords is in your environment. The Knight of Wands is someone who could potentially come to shake things up for you. They are in your hopes or fears sector. You will either gain a lot of knowledge from this person who can help you, or this person will have a more damaging influence on you. That's why it's a hope or a fear. Some of you want this, and others of you don't see the purpose in having this energy in your life right now. Okay. ultimately, this is awesome. I love this. You really are moving towards happier times, Gemini. These are the two outcome cards in your reading, the Sun card and this Nine of Cups. And how amazing is that, really? So, depending on how you wish to unravel the murky energy that you might be experiencing from time to time is going to make a world of difference, because you will either regress to a state of fear, regress to a state of ignorance where you're just like, I don't wish to evolve, I don't want to evolve, or you will take it upon yourself not to let the things certain people say freak you out or scare you, and you will insist on simply learning all there is to learn. You will be very open to endeavoring in opportunities that may seem overbearing at times, but you're just going to take that leap of faith. You're going to do it anyway, because ultimately it will lead you on a path to greater happiness. This is not tomorrow or next week or even next month, because nothing worth the wait happens quickly. It always takes time. So this is happiness and the light at the end of the tunnel that will come for you, but only if you put in the hard work. Months in from now. Yep. Cool. So, Gemini, that was your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next month. Thank you so much for all your support once again. Bye, guys.